Welcome to Bengals and Brews, where we don't even feel like doing an intro today. Not today.
No intro. It's too happy.
No lube. No intro.
Nope.
It is what it
Straight
is.
raw dog in it.
Heaters on air.
I'm here with my two best friends, not you guys.
Yeah.
Beer 1 and beer 2.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll help me. They'll help me get through today.
And I've got the white trash of all white trash, little moonshine to help me along the way today.
I have concerns. That's Joe. You had to pop off and come back, but I was saying I don't want us to get mad at each other, but we're probably going to disagree this episode. Just make an agreement that we're not going to ultimately be mad at each other.
Yep.
Same thing. Anybody in the chat, say whatever. This is as Darth here said, he needs his therapy session.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a therapy session / Overreaction Sunday. Because there's not a lot of good. I mean, honestly, defense. Let's start with the good. Let's start with the good.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Overall, the defense looked good. We love our defense. But you can't keep one to fill the whole fucking game. Can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, defense looked good. Were we +2 in turnovers?
We were +2 in turnovers. We didn't.
Fumble recovery and
that's one good thing about the
backs.
offense. One great thing about the offense. Let's talk about it. 0 turnovers today.
Oh shit! Come on now.
0 turnovers.
No.
You gotta look at the good. Right?
I can't give them that
Mixon,
because they were so bad with 0 turnovers. Still,
Mixon looked pretty good. He showed a lot of burst at times.
2 good runs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had what, 80 yards today? About
Did
80
he end
yards?
up with 80?
I
had him as my guy with like 64 yards and another 30 receiving as player of the game. I thought it was going to be a slugfest, grind it out, let the defense do their thing, we'd win it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe when Dax Hill got that pick was the only time I was like, okay, we're in this game.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't feel in the game most of the time because Joe Burrow looks injured still.
Yes.
That's my biggest concern. I'm here in the chat. He said, I didn't think we looked this out of sync because I want to let them vent too.
Sure.
But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I was chalking some of it up in the first half to the rain. And that's what I was like, hey, both offenses don't look great. And I'm like, how much is that? Is the weather? He did finally, Burrow made the adjustment, put a glove on, and it wasn't raining nonstop the whole game. So after a while, I'm like, oh, this is not just the rain.
Right.
Off. We talked about a lot in our chat. T. Higgins, 0 for 8 on targets. And that's not because T. Higgins couldn't catch. They weren't great throws.
They weren't in sync. Like, as Ken said, they weren't in sync.
Yep.
Like, a lot of those just wasn't even in his direction. He ran a different route than what Burrow thought he was running. It was a lot of that. And then a lot of the throws, like Burrow just wasn't putting much on him. It was almost like he didn't trust himself. He didn't want to get the turnover, but he didn't really trust himself, whether that's his leg or his arm. I mean, you don't want to think but it all goes together, right? When you're a quarterback, you got to have a good play.
And Zach didn't seem to trust the offense either. We talked about a lot. The biggest, some people want to blame Taylor a lot for this, this game. The only one where I was screaming at Taylor was the 4th and 3. I think it was at the Browns 38, and they punted it. It would have been, I think, I saw Goodberry say it would have been about a 55-yarder. It's like, that's a go for it. Like, I'm not an expertise on the math and the odds, but it's just like, I feel like the book would tell you to go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, Joe Burrow, 14 of 31, 82 yards. Like I said, Mixon, he had about 56 yards rushing, 17 yards receiving, so about 73 yards there.
I want to get
Chase. Jamar Chase didn't look terrible. He was making a lot out of nothing. But just from the receiving game, it just wasn't there today.
And I want to get some more of the comments from the chat too, because this is their therapy session too, and that's what kind of show we are. So Hunter here says Jonah Williams looked like shit. Good thing LC is still on the team. Man, that's the thing. Do we know? Like, this is Jonah's first time with the team, but I do agree. He did not look good.
Didn't look good.
There was one play where there was a free blocker. He went up and looked like he put hands on either a linebacker or a DB and just let the free rusher go. Like that's a rookie move, man. Like,
Yeah.
you've got to see who the guy is, know who you're supposed to get, and
Well,
go after it.
that was the first play of the game, right? When we were on offense and they got
It was
pressure
the
from
first series.
Derek.
I don't remember if it was the first one or not, but yeah.
Well, I chalked that up to, okay, that was a piss poor fucking play call. They were trying to have Irv Smith come over and get that block, it looked like. But even after that, I thought Jonah did not look good. Later in the game, big plays when it was big time. You know, his guys just getting to Burrow, whether even that one, like Burrow was trying to think, he wanted to go outside. Well, that's not there. Then he's got to get rid of it real quick. So,
yeah. When it comes to Chubb, I think they were just trying to get to the backfield as quickly as possible when you're talking about over pursuing. And just because of the whole Deshaun factor. I mean, he played a major factor tonight with his legs, or today with his legs.
Yeah, and I want to give credit to the Browns as much as it hates me to say it. I mean, I thought, and Dale, you said it at one point, like, hey, like they're scheming really well as far as leveraging, you know, Watson's threat of running.
That's what he's best at.
And the defense played incredible. We already knew they had a great pass rush. I thought their corners played excellent. They were blanketing our receivers at times. I mean, they played really well. As much as Burrow was off target,
I was going to say, I don't know how much. Like, yes, they did look like Newsom looked like he ran the routes a couple times for our guys. So that was out there. I will agree that yes, they deserve some credit, but we just seemed out of sync. And like, where's this? We talked about T. Higgins in the slot matchup nightmare. Where was him going over the middle making any plays? The only time we threw to him seemed to be on the outside, and
deep balls.
They were off.
Yeah.
It just seemed like the game, everything was out of sync. How many false starts? How many illegal shifts? How much of that did we have in the first half too? Where it's just like the whole team is out of sync right now. Yeah. And so that goes to the question of the preseason, right? Like it's a tough one for me because you don't want to get the guys hurt. I see both sides of it. Yeah. I've always seen both sides of it. And we haven't had a choice. Joe hasn't been healthy for Joe to play in the preseason. So it's not like you're going to get the full team together. But do you get – I wanted to see the O-line for a couple series. That was one thing that frustrated the hell out of me is that we didn't see at least the O-line.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. But – yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, a Jake Browning-led offense with the starters is nowhere close to Burrow-led offense with the starters. Like the O-line I wanted to see just to see, like, how they're going to be. But to me, the rest of the offense, like as far as the receivers and the backs and our quarterback, like all together, getting on the same page as far as routes and plays, like that's way more important to me. And we couldn't do that, like you said, because Burrow's been out the last two preseasons. So, like, to me, like, I don't blame Taylor for that. Like, Burrow was not able to play. It is what it is.
Yeah. I'll tell you who I'm going to blame for this whole thing. And I'm going to let everyone else blame this person for it. Everyone can blame me. Because, look, last year, this was a bad luck jersey for me. The Money Mac jersey. Every time I wore it, we lost. So, this year, I'm like, okay, brand new year, brand new season. I'm going to wash the stink off this thing. I threw it in the washer. I washed it like 4 times. And I'm like, we're just going to start fresh, start new. Because I want to represent my guy, Money Mac.
I get it. But bad luck is bad luck.
Bad luck is bad luck. So everybody, you can put it all on me.
We might need to make an offering and burn that thing.
Yeah. We might have to. I mean, it is the Chinese jersey anyway, so it's not like I'll be out too much. So, hey, I'll do it. I'll do it tonight.
The 51-yarder, I mean, he had plenty of leg on it, just missed it to the right. That does happen, especially in that weather. But once again, that was one of those I thought we should have went for. It's hard to even – I mean, but still, at the end of the day, he has to make the kick, right? He would tell you that. He has to make that kick. 51-yarder, and that would have cut the lead to what at that point? 13-6. It would have been something where it made it back to like a 7-point game.
Yeah.
And every point was huge in that game. But yeah, damn it, Derek. Yes, all blame Derek. Yeah.
I love it. Hey, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to take the blame because somebody's got to.
Yeah. And I'll go with this benefactor here with the comment for the podcast listeners. I thought there would be a spy on Watson, especially early, to keep him in check. that was the thing. Once he got moving out and using his legs and getting some first down, and he got that touchdown, it turned the whole game around by doing it. I said the same thing on the Friday show. Like Greg mentioned, the key to his game was watching him use his legs. I said, I got the same thing down here, and I literally have. Logan Wilson should be spying him throughout this game because Logan is that good where he can do everything. So I wanted to see Wilson keeping him in check because, honestly, we saw him as a quarterback. Yeah, he gets comfortable. He's going to make some throws. Every quarterback in the league, it's the same way it's the NFL. Mm-hmm. But we also saw him miss a freaking several throws because he's not that great. But getting him in a rhythm, and he does that by running and opening things up, and guys become more open. That's the way you stop him. I don't know. But, yeah. Yep. Derek's
got a Browns troll in the chat.
Hey, Anthony, don't goddamn it tell me. I'm not the one who fucking with the jersey.
Jack Cody trolling us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
we'll get back to that.
Troll's going to troll, but if that's your savior right there,
if that's
I can't say nothing because Burrow plays like shit too. But
he did. He shit the bed.
Honestly, thank you for calling me a nerd. Nerds are cool now, and that means they're smart and shit.
Exactly.
I'm not that smart.
I mean, haven't you seen 22 Jump Street?
I want to be a nerd, but you're giving me too much credit, sir.
I mean, I thought at times Deshaun looked awful at his throws. I mean, he was underthrowing guys. I mean,
they were wide open. They were wide open too. That's the thing.
Receivers. Hey, can we talk about that though? Their receivers looked really good. And I think we've got a good DB room.
Ken Taylor Britt looked amazing. I was
say, Mike CTB, he blanketed Coop. I think it was Cooper on that end zone target.
Yeah,
he looked great.
Mm-hmm. And was Cheeto limited?
Safety surprised me. Sorry, Dale. Go ahead.
Was Cheeto limited or was it just me? Because I seen a whole bunch of DJ Turner.
I seen a lot of DJ Turner.
Yeah, I think they were limiting him.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm assuming that was intentional, planned ahead of time to ease him back in.
I mean, he got that fumble recovery, and then I just don't remember seeing him even hardly targeted. I remember seeing Turner out there a lot more.
Yep.
I hope he didn't get dinged up. I'm hoping it was just a normal thing. I am curious to see what his final snaps was, and I just want to hear he's all good because he's still a big part of this team going forward.
Yeah. Dustin Croft, this felt like a Black Mirror episode. $275 million contract to 85 passing yards feels like a bad joke. It does, man. It's just go from just all right, complete jubilation. Joe's taken care of. Nothing to worry about going into the season. Let's go fuck up the Browns. And then this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel
this
sick.
Was not it.
And I thought Joe might have played bad, but not. I don't think any of us could.
Not this bad.
He'll have 85 yards and 0 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would have at least 200.
And honestly, his 85 yards, how much of that was just Jamar being Jamar? I feel like that's most of what he had. Or then it was 4-yard check downs on third down.
Well, yeah, I think Jamar had 5 for 37, I think.
Half of what Burrow had, and some of that it was just him having to create with his legs and make people miss. I thought they put a lot. I don't know the answer because there was times when Mixon got going and then they went away from the run on that third down. They got a free playback and didn't go for it in the first half on that third down. And I was like, what do we do? Why wouldn't you run the ball even if you get a yard or two there? Then you go for it on fourth. You were at the 37.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not finding any offensive snaps, but they do have he was targeted, I think 3 times. Cheeto was.
Yeah, and this kind of goes to what I'm saying here. So I agree with you. I thought we threw the ball deep unnecessarily at times in short yardage situations. It was just. When we went for it with Mixon, they shut the shit down they were ready for it. I don't know. They were ready for whatever it seemed like we had coming at them. We didn't seem like we were in sync at all with our offense.
And it was just I felt like the deep throws, they were just all jump balls. It wasn't anyone trying to hey, we got one-on-one coverage. Let me try to, tee to outrun somebody and try to catch them in the open. It was just all right, we got one-on-one jump ball. It's that's fine sometimes, but I felt like that was all we did. There were no deep, crossing routes or anything. where we're, trying to make a play. It was just like, all right, let's just throw up some 50-50 balls. We believe in our guys and go from there.
I'll feed the troll here. Oh
yeah. Hey, we appreciate
come on, man.
the
He even had to hold him.
Yeah,
Jack.
we appreciate the engagement, Jack.
The obvious holding deep downfield that could have been a freaking huge play / touchdown. Good thing that
I think he was only. Jamar Chase was probably only targeted 2 or twice. I think under Ward's coverage.
And one of them was that
replay it all
pass
back.
Interference.
One of them was the pass interference. Yeah.
I mean, hey,
I'll have to go back and watch the replay on that.
Hopefully Denzel Ward can play in the NFL much longer. His concussion protocol thing, that's a real legit issue.
Yeah, he's on Tua level.
Big Denzel Ward fan. He's a damn good player. I'll give him that.
He is.
At the end of the day, regardless.
Ohio State University.
Yes, that's true. That's why he's so great. But
Speaking of, DeJuan Jones looked pretty solid.
See, I was hoping he would suck, but I knew he wouldn't.
I know. I was thinking
he looked good. I was like, motherfucker, he looks pretty damn good. God damn it.
When you said when I said something about it, and you're like, yeah, I hope he sucks. I'm like, yeah, he's not going to.
Yeah,
he's a mountain of a man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's just a big dude, and he didn't give up sacks at Ohio State. You can say, oh, whatever, he doesn't have the feet skills or this, that. It's like, okay, but he doesn't give up sacks. Like
he's a wall. He's a wall. He's not a track star. He's a wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Benefactor saying we need that 3-yard bulldozer power back. You need that 1 yard, he'll get you 3. You need 4, he'll get you 3. I don't know about you need 4, he'll get you 3, but I think Mixon can be that. Just put his head down because he seemed to play pretty well today. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I thought he looked really good. He looked really fast out of the backfield. Like he had that burst. He looked great, and I think it's just one of those things where it's just like that's not this team's identity. We're going to be a pass happy team. This is just a horrible. This is a horrible matchup for us. This is why the Browns have had our number. Because they have a great pass rush. They run the ball to keep our offense off the field. And their secondary is pretty solid too. So it's just like it's a really bad matchup. We don't have that bruiser. And I agree with Benefactor in the sense of for this kind of matchup, yes, we do need a back like that. But for 80% of the matchups, I don't think we do. Right. This is just not the way the league is going.
Yep.
Yeah, and if Burrow's healthy, I just think it's a whole different game. Like, we never got going. Like, had we got going in that first half, it's a whole different game. And if they don't get that touchdown before halftime, it's a whole different game. If it's still 3-0 in their ball and we get a pick, I don't know. Just the momentum turned. It just felt like one of those games from start to finish. The Bengals didn't have it today overall, and mainly offense and punter-wise. Listen, Brad Robbins did not get it done today. Plain and simple.
Oh,
he had 10 punts, but his average could not have been good because he had way too many not good punts. Very, very bad punts.
Yeah, the ones where we really needed a big booming punt. It seemed 80% of the time they were bad. I think he had one really good long punt towards the end. But yeah.
The 55-yarder? Yeah.
Yeah, but all the other ones where they were 35-yard punts when we needed, 50.
And then
he was known for – go ahead, Dale.
Well, he's known for his hang time and stuff. Is that what you were going to say?
Well, no, I was going to say his coffin corners and his, and then when you're at the 38 or wherever they were, I can't remember exactly. And they punted the ball, which is another thing I didn't really agree with. But
the one that went in the end zone.
Yeah, he was drafted to keep that ball out of the end zone there. That should have been a back end, back flipping. Where when it bounces,
he was about a yard away from keeping that in on that one. At least that one was very close, but still close don't fucking matter, right?
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it doesn't.
At the end of the day,
when you're a punter and you're drafted, that's the stuff that has to be automatic for you.
Yeah, I also thought punt return though is what I was going to get to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chuck says,
I know
Charlie
exactly what you're about to say.
We love you, Chuck, but holy fuck. I won't.
Fucking sideways.
I said I won't say your comment because you already said
Yeah.
it. You never go
Keywon
fucking sideways.
Ratliff, man. That's I just.
I forgot about Kiwan.
Yes, God, he
Mhm.
drove me crazy.
Yeah, you're not Dante Hall. Very few guys can do that and make.
You're not going to get the edge. Yeah.
Even Pac-Man would be like, "Let me take a couple steps this way," but then boom and take off and go, like as a returner.
I'm going to blame that on a rookie mistake. That's what I'm going to blame that on.
Well, he had plenty of opportunities though, so it was a lot of rookie mistakes.
It was a big punting game.
It was that most of the first 3 quarters was just punting, field position, sloppy fucking ass football overall.
We had 10 punts. And Browns probably had 8, something like that. I mean,
at least probably.
I'm like, are we going to set the record for punts in a game?
I know. I'm going to say this: if Brad Robbins does not show up on the injury report this week, like Monday or Tuesday or whenever, I will be surprised because he is going to be sore as shit.
It's just.
Go ahead.
I never thought I would see anybody say. That I would agree with.
You would say it yourself.
For the podcast listeners, Jeffrey Rice said, "I miss Trent Taylor a little bit." I honestly said the same thing. I put it with the question mark though. I said, "Do I miss Taylor?" Question mark.
I wonder if our boy Burner gets a shot next week at returning a punt.
But if he's that important where he's playing so much, they don't want to risk him. But
it
was a starting corner.
I mean, it's a matter of if Cheeto's going to be ramped up and, they can utilize DJ more in the special teams role.
To me, if you can do it and you can give us a spark at it, let's do it, right?
I don't care if it's T. Higgins doing it. Like, let's just do it. It's important.
You want to have 0 catches on 8 targets? At least return some of these kicks and do something shit.
Thoughts on Chase Brown being inactive, and what do you think happens for next week? Because honestly, Trayvon didn't. He just looked like a jag out there, just a guy. And I think you got that rookie out there. I say you put Chase Brown out there.
I don't know. I don't know, because then do you keep Travion up as your kick returner? That's the thing. If you still have faith in Travion, because Chris Evans is doing the kick returning, but honestly, the one he got out to the 17. Then after that, it seemed like they told him, just take it out to 25. You can fair catch now too.
Yeah.
Or you can let it go through the end zone. Either way, you get it up to 25. We don't want to start 10 yards worse than what we could start just by letting it go.
Yeah, maybe the kick return job isn't as important as it was in years past.
I don't think it is. And that's why, if Chris Evans isn't getting you more snaps in the pass game, which he had a decent little run early in that game, but he won, right? Won. And then they tried to go to him again on a pass.
Did he get the first carry?
It might have been the first actual
carry. It was.
Yeah, it was the first carry. You're right. It was.
And he got about 5 or 6 yards, and it could have been a little bit more. That's the thing. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Doesn't matter. Got our ass beat today.
Hey,
I know that.
Sure did.
This I do want to talk about because everybody was all worried. They were saying, how's our safety room going to look? Nick Scott had a hell of a game today.
Yeah, he really surprised me. He was not a guy that I expected to play great. I thought his ceiling was solid. And he really impressed me. He was all over the ball, made some big plays, and, just sucks the rest of the game didn't go great.
But see, that one I put on Watson, honestly, overall, that would have been a touchdown, and we would have all said Nick Scott got fucking burnt the fuck up on that play.
True.
Had Watson not underthrown it and gave Scott a chance to come back in and make that play, then we're saying something totally different about Nick Scott.
That's true.
In my opinion.
I wouldn't have said he had a hell of a game if that had happened, but I still think other than that one play, he had a really good game. I mean,
no, I thought he was. That's what I'm saying. I still go with he's the solid and cool. That's what we need.
All you need
at that position
when you got a pass rush like what we have. Yeah.
DJ Reader, another guy who just outstanding. He's
a man.
Anytime Nick Chubb went his area, he got 0 yards.
It was when he had to cut back and he cut to the
Mhm.
outside and there was nothing there. That's what Nick Chubb made a living on. That is nothing. That is not DJ Reader's fault. So
For
nobody give any of Nick Chubb's 108 yards. That's nothing against DJ Reader. He played amazing. He was a fucking man beast
He
out
was.
there.
God,
Yeah.
I don't want to start thinking about next year, but God, I hope we keep him.
Gonna
He's so
have to.
important.
I
to
don't
this
know how you
defense.
get rid of him, honestly.
He
Austin
is
Eckler
so
got
important to
touchdown.
this defense.
Yeah.
Derek
Sorry.
with his money on the
Sorry.
lines. Here we go again.
I already lost all my money.
I bet on the Bengals only this week. I'm just
I'll
talking about.
probably bet
there
on the
was-
Sunday night
there's a pick
game,
for
but
Philly.
I lost all my 1 o'clock bets.
Philly pick, and it might be a pick six, and it is. Look at him go. Philadelphia pick six. Sorry.
Hey, I don't know why the Phillies
Uh,
defense, the talking fantasy, is so low. I picked them up. I'm
Darius
like,
Slay, man.
that's my starting defense.
Big play Slay.
But anyways, not
Anywho.
to yeah, we get off of Derek's fucking
Sorry.
gambling habits and distraction ability there.
Yeah.
Let's
So-
talk a little AFC North talk real quick. Because,
That's what I was going to say.
Dobbins.
The Ravens ended up winning, right? Even though
Oh,
they
yeah.
lose Dobbins. Justice Hill, Dax's brother, had a couple tutties.
He
Mhm.
did. But
They have
I
running
mean,
backs.
yeah.
I mean the Texans hung around that game for a while, and second half.
No Mark
Ravens,
Andrews.
Yep,
Yeah.
and they lost Dobbins, like you said, and and I don't know really what to make of it. Obviously,
No.
see a lot of the game. I'll have to go back, but
At the end of the day, they
Yeah.
got to win. They're
They did.
1-0, and they're
Mhm.
1-0. You know, the Browns
They're
are
at the top of
1-0
the
and
division.
1-0 in the division. The Browns have
Mhm.
the division lead, beating
Yep.
us the division game. The Steelers, they ended up still losing, right? It was like 27-7
Yep.
last I seen. To the 49ers, a team that I could see making the Super Bowl in the NFC.
Sure.
So I'm not burying the Steelers yet,
No.
but
No.
Deontay
How
Johnson,
about-
I seen, was hurt again.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude gets hurt a lot, and he's supposed to be
Mhm.
their number one, even though I think that'll be Pickens.
Can I just say this? Brock Purdy, man. To be Mr. Irrelevant and not lose a freaking game his entire career.
Oh, is he still
It's
undefeated in the NFL?
insane.
He played
Yeah,
in
he
that
hasn't
game they
lost a
lost,
game.
right? He played
Yeah, I
in
didn't
that
think he
game.
was undefeated.
Oh, he got injured. So technically, the loss might have went to him. But
Yeah.
it's just
Um,
it amazes me.
They're stacked.
Char-
Mhm.
Charles H. He says, I have major concerns for next week. Ravens have a solid front seven. If Burrow can't put velocity on his throws and we can't hold up in pass protection, we are in big trouble.
They have
Mhm.
Oweh. They have who's the guy from Michigan that they ended up getting in the second round who
Oh,
just now
yeah.
was coming on last year at the end
Yeah,
of the year.
He had that torn Achilles or
I've
something.
got the damn
Yeah.
roster here. I
Damn
just
it.
don't have no fucking lights on.
on.
Ojabo. Before I even
Ojabo.
look it up.
Yep.
David
Ojabo.
Ojabo from Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, they got Roquan and
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it is going to be a very, very tough matchup. Like, we need a plan. And today we did not have a good plan.
Well, number one, we need the jungle to be fucking crazy, even though it's a 1 o'clock game.
I think we will.
We can
I-
get it,
Yeah, I have no doubt
might be
the crowd's going to be in it.
but we'll get it.
Yeah, it's my birthday, so if I'm fucking not making any noise,
Yeah.
it's fair. I might be getting an IV somewhere in a fucking
Yep.
hospital.
Yeah, everyone watching, if you guys are going to the game, we will be in lot 1. It is Dale's birthday. It is our boy Bengals and Bourbon's birthday. We're going to be having a good old time. Hopefully, we don't get too hammered before we get.
Well,
to the stadium.
I'm only going to have a good time at the end of the day if we win the fucking game. Like,
Mhm.
that's the thing. We cannot go. Last year, I know we started out 0-2, but that
Mhm.
second one after Pittsburgh, and we
Was
should
not a
beat
division
Pittsburgh.
game.
We came back with Joe Burrow with 4 interceptions, still looked good in that second half.
Right, and
We
that's
were
how I
building-
thought this game was going
We
to go.
looked like shit today. That's
Yeah.
the difference. But then we went to Dallas, and we also didn't look good. But guess what? That wasn't a division game. We can't
Yeah.
go fucking 0-2 in 2 division games. I'm sorry. That is a recipe for a fucking long season, boys.
Which, granted, we did go 0-3 in the division last year.
We
to
did.
start.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just saying. Don't. I always say every year.
We can't expect for the Ravens to have 43 injuries again, though.
Yeah,
you're right.
And we can't.
The Browns will just brown it again at the end.
Yep.
And we can't count on us going on a 10-game win streak again. That just doesn't happen very often.
Exactly.
In the NFL.
Exactly.
All those things happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot went right for us last year. As bad as the season started, a lot went right.
Once we hit our stride, a lot went right.
Your guy is out there starting right now, Dale. Puka Nacua.
Oh yeah,
for LA
on the Rams.
Yeah, I love that name. That's a crazy name.
Puka Nacua.
That's your guy, apparently. I don't know what you're talking about.
Or no, maybe it was me that was calling him Punta. I don't know.
Doesn't that mean like pussy?
Yep. No, Punta means bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah. One of those. Either way, not a fucking flattering thing to say.
No, it's not. Oh,
about a grown
fumble.
Man, Derek.
Wow. Good Lord.
But no.
Another Philly fumble.
Philly fumbled?
No, Philly got a
fumble.
Fumble. My bad.
Hey, I might be Cincy James in fantasy this week in our main
defense alone.
The Philly defense might win it for me, boys.
Oh man, you got that Philly special.
I wasn't doing good earlier.
You guys want to look that up real quick? We can look that up. Let's
Sure.
go to sleeper.
I'm doing okay.
I can show you everybody.
Oh, because I went against our boy Trevor, and he had Burrow. So
yeah.
So I'm still in it.
Yeah.
If you're playing against Burrow this week, you did great. Yeah, David Gabber here. Worst game ever. Glad to have it out of our. So that's all we can hope for, right? That this is the worst.
Friday Night Lights. That just get the tape and throw it in the burn barrel.
Yeah, there's nothing to watch off of this one.
Yeah. All right.
Miami's got first and goal at the 2 against the Rams.
Oh yeah, I know my nephew. Well, that's not my nephew. Sorry, Charles, you're not my nephew. Chat's moving. Anyways, Braden had made a comment. My nephew said he lost his bets. I know he had like a 7-leg parlay. Well, that tends to happen when you have 7-leg parlay.
7-leg parlays, yeah.
They don't.
I can't get this to scroll
very
down
often.
for some reason. So we're not going to do that right now because I can't get it to scroll. But anyway.
Derek's in midseason form, fucking shit up as usual. Gotta love that.
That's
Why
what I'm
don't you
here
just
for.
ask Joe to bring stuff up? Joe's the one who knows how to use it.
Because he only has his one league. I guess I could give him my login.
Oh,
I have all
you
the
want to
leagues.
show all of our leagues?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have the one I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the only one that matters because that's the one we're all in, Derek.
All right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, here for what happened to the second half of Justin? That's usually our defense. Like that's the thing. Our offense is usually humming, or being solid, and the defense makes adjustments. But our defense was playing fine, and then they got an interception, but the offense couldn't move the ball. I think Burrow is not healthy. I don't know how else to say it.
Can we visit that here in a second after we go over that? Because I want to know your thoughts on grade 1, grade 2, that whole thing.
All right. So
it's not a grade 1.
Yeah.
I'm in a dead heat with Trevor. Our boy Pork Chop is in an uphill against Bengals captain. Cincy Matt, he's not doing too well against Dean McDonald. Cincy James and Dale looks tight. Pretty tight.
One right there.
Yeah, but what's he got left?
That's tighter than a 12-year-old virgin.
I'll pull him up.
Derek, what the fuck? You're going to get us who the fuck?
Arrow is dominating Dale's brother David. It is looking like a runaway. So let's see. We got Dale and Cincy James. James has got Fields going right now. Dale's got Herbert.
I had Mixon. He let me down some, didn't he?
Yeah, James has got Eckler going.
Mixon with 10 points, though, not bad.
Come on now.
It's okay.
I had him as my player of the game for this game if we won, obviously.
Right. Yeah. You got P. Ryan, Tyreek. He's got A.J. Brown. And then you got both the Philly kicker and defense.
See, that Philly defense. I just need like 7 more turnovers.
He's got Dallas Addison and the kicker. So I mean, this could go either way.
Yeah.
I saw you starting Jordan Addison. That was a good move. He had a touchdown. That was nice for him.
I almost
started
screwed that
him in a
up
couple leagues as
yesterday.
well,
I was
yeah.
at that birthday party. I said, "Hey, should I take Addison out for P Ryan?" And then I said,
that's a
"Oh
good
wait,
move.
Dalvin." I said, "Dalvin Cook's questionable for Monday." I said, "I'll put P Ryan in for him." Never mind.
Oh, you did start P-Ron?
Yeah, I started him over Dalvin Cook. I don't have much at running back.
Yeah. I got Tua going right now. He's already lost a fumble. He's got Jacobs. I got Stevenson going. I got Pollard later tonight. Ooh, whoops.
We've lost 12
poor
viewers
Trevor
since we
lost
started doing
Dobbins.
this fantasy shit.
Poor Trevor lost Dobbins. He's still got
right.
Diggs.
So let's hop off of the fantasy for a minute and talk about Joe Burrow and his injury, because he did not look comfortable at all. It felt like he almost, and I don't even think he looked like he felt scared, because it didn't look like to me that he was playing scared. It looked like he was playing injured. What are your guys' thoughts?
I think he's playing injured. I think he's injured. I think the injury's not healthy. That's why you seen him over there doing this and that. And he's not gonna be the guy limping off the field saying, "Hey, come get me and fucking make this worse." But he was getting hit nonstop too.
Yep.
That can't help. That's my concern. If he's already not healthy and he's out there getting absolutely destroyed in this game, and we know the Ravens have another good pass rush, when is he going to get healthy?
Mm-hmm. I assume I agree, Dale. I'm going to assume he will be limited all week in practice. We'll do very little, and we'll get a full practice in Friday, and hopefully he heals up a little.
It looks like he needs the practices.
He does. That's what I'm saying. He'll be limited, and he'll get a full in Friday, but he's not 100% healthy. I mean, my amateur medical opinion, but.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't look right. He doesn't, like someone put in the chat, I can't remember who, they said, he doesn't look like he has the same velocity on the ball. It's not even like he's making bad decisions out there, because that's what I thought in Pittsburgh last year in the opener. He was making some bad decisions. Yeah. Here, it just looked like he couldn't make the throws. And we know he can make the throws. So I think he's hurt.
And I was going to say, what does that say to you about going 6 weeks and still not being fully healthy? I mean, 6 weeks of practically doing nothing. And you'd think for a mild calf strain, that would be more than enough time. So this just tells me that it was definitely more than mild, in my opinion.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think it was more than a grade 1. Because a grade 1 was like 2 weeks to maybe day to day even. For some grade 1s.
Yeah, it was probably a grade 2.
And then it was like, then it's 2 to 4 weeks. And then it's like beyond that, you're getting into a tougher grade 2 to grade 3.
Which is so frustrating. Like this whole offseason, we're like, Burrow's going to finally have a fucking normal offseason. Mm-hmm. And here we are.
Thing too. Just a freak rollout.
Yeah, no contact.
He did not want to run the ball. And that's part of his game, whether we want to admit it or not. It's extending plays and running the ball. And when he had to do that, he did not look comfortable. And there was nothing, once again, to give credit to their defense, there was nothing downfield when you saw the wider views of those plays. But he would just toss it to Irv Smith for 3 yards, He didn't run at all, right? Am I wrong? He didn't really take off and run once. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're right. Sorry, I saw Pork Chop texting us. I was reading it. No, I completely agree. He's capable of taking off and going 15, 20 yards, and he did not look capable of that today at all. So yes, I think we're all in agreement. He is not 100% healthy by any means, and yes, that is super concerning. Of how long is it going to take him? And is there any chance they could be like, hey, let's sit him all week? Could he even sit out week 2?
I don't know. And we got people, Rain too, hard to tell from Jerry.
Yep. The Rain didn't help.
Is it rust and confidence? And maybe he's not as injured, but it's just, he don't have the confidence and he's a little rusty.
Maybe.
from moving around that way.
I wanted to believe the rain thing the whole first half. I was like, the rain is part of it. And then it was like, hey, there's no rain for a while, and he still looked like shit. And I'm like,
Yeah,
this
he
is not
definitely
just
had
the
some
rain.
lanes that he did not
He
take
did.
on third downs that you would normally see him just say, "Hey, let me go get
Mhm.
this first," and he would chug it down, knowing it wasn't going to get the first. Even
Yeah.
that's concerning to me. I don't know. Like I titled it Overreaction Sunday for a reason. I want to overreact some. You guys can overreact some. At the end of the day, we know we have a Super Bowl caliber team.
We
This
do.
one game is not going to define our season.
Absolutely.
We know that.
You want an
My
overreaction?
concern
I'll
is-
give you an overreaction.
My concern though, Derek, before you say, is just the health of Burrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
If that goes into 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks that he's not looking right,
We're fucked.
then I'm going to be concerned. Super concerned.
We're fucked.
That's my
Yeah.
concern right now. How long until Joe Burrow looks like fucking Joe Burrow?
Right.
80
agree.
yards is not Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I mean,
was-
the way... Sorry, Derek, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to say this is, in my personal opinion, I think this is a down year. Let's go ahead and call it. We'll start fresh
Early
next
draft
year.
pick.
Let's start
get
tanking.
into our
We're
draft.
talking about the
Let's
draft.
go Jake Browning the rest of the year.
Yeah,
It's a wrap.
exactly. Let's see what the
trade
new guy
T.
Will Greer has.
Yeah, what can Will Greer do the second half of the season after we play
Trade
Jake
T,
Browning?
trade DJ. We're
Yeah.
back to rebuild mode.
Yeah.
I mean,
Start from
The
scratch.
window's closed.
Yeah, windows closed.
I mean, the things I will say of like, hey, it's just week one, I'm fine about is like, I'm still going to be patient on Brad Robbins. I'm still going to be patient on Charlie Jones.
Rookies, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still like, let's wait and see on the O-line. Like, they didn't look great today, but I didn't think they looked horrible. I thought they looked okay.
They have tape to now watch and talk about with each other.
Yeah.
If nothing else,
Yeah. So those are the things I'm like, patient about, because I don't care how good of an O-line you have. The Browns have a great pass rush. And so it's just like, let's see how that develops. Let's see how that goes. We don't have to play the Browns every week. I am thankful we don't have to play them again until week 18?
The last game of the year.
Yeah, week 18. I am very thankful for that, because I don't know if you guys follow the Browns big account, Manny Maxwell. He's pretty funny. And I tweeted at him. I said, all right, I will finally admit, good game. You guys just have our fucking number. And it sucks. And I hate to admit it, but you guys just have our fucking number. We match up really poorly against the Browns.
See, I don't know, because we were in that game for so long, and it's like if Burrow's hurt, to me, it's just if he is still injured, and he did not look right. To me, you're always playing Joe Burrow. If he's willing to play, you're going to play him. But I even wonder how we would do if Jake Browning was out there today from start to finish and can move and be willing to move.
Well, and when I say they have their number, I just mean like everything that can go wrong seems to go wrong against the Browns. I mean, we lost Cheeto against the Browns last year, and didn't Reader go down, or was he didn't play at all?
He was out
Halloween
that game.
game.
Yeah, he was already
Play at all on Halloween. It's like whatever can go wrong seems to go wrong against the Browns, other than the game at home last year. It is just, I just dread this game now, and I'm glad that we don't have to worry about it for a while. And on to fucking Baltimore.
On to Baltimore, that's right.
Yeah, and we're
100%.
And we're at home, and the weather to me, at the end of the day, to me, the weather, it goes both ways, right? Everyone's got to play on the same field.
Yeah,
we should have probably ran the ball a little more in that first.
Agreed.
Half.
I do agree.
That's one thing from the first half, especially. But then when you're trying to play from behind, it's just hard.
Yeah, I agree that of course, the weather goes both ways. We both had to play in it, but that kind of weather favors the Browns' play style way more than ours.
Yep.
We are a pass first team. They are a run first team. Rainy
they
weather
should be. They
favors
get
them.
in their own way. That's why they lose games they shouldn't lose every year.
Right.
And they'll do it again this year, where they think, oh, we'll just throw it around. That's what they do. Like when they're forced to have to run, it's like, oh my gosh, that's almost like what you guys are actually built for.
And
Mhm.
the early forecast for next Sunday is a
Hot
high of
and
76,
sunny.
40% chance of rain.
Oh gosh, we're getting another rain.
I just looked at. Damn it, weather bug.
I mean, I have AccuWeather, so who fucking knows? None of these guys know. It could change 5 times before
Yeah.
then, but
Yeah, I wouldn't. Come on, man. Where's that like early season shootout we had 51-48 that one year or whatever it was? Give me
With the
something
Browns?
exciting at least. Like
Yeah.
that game was
this game was
miserable to
not
watch.
fun to watch. Yes,
Mhm.
I've
we had
never
3
seen.
total points, guys.
I
Like,
can't remember that many punts in a game that I've watched from beginning to end. I mean, what a fucking snooze fest.
Yeah, normally lose or not, or win or not, I always go back and watch the replay of the game.
Oh,
I
I
can't
don't
watch
think
this
I
fucking
can
game
watch
again.
this one. Even the Super Bowl, I went back like the next day.
Well,
and
sure,
rewatched
that was
it
an
because-
exciting game.
But like, man, this one,
I didn't
I
watch that Super Bowl. I didn't watch that.
I can't go back and watch that Super Bowl.
I watched it up until about the last.
I did
3 or
rewatch the
4
AFC
minutes.
Championship from last year only because I was at a draft this past weekend and they had the NFL Network
was
on
on.
and that game was on. And I said,
Mhm.
really? This
Yeah,
is what you
fuck
fucking
that.
have on?
See, that's
Asshole.
bad juju too. Between that and Derek's fucking wearing a jersey that he knows bad luck.
I didn't pick it.
Sacrifice
I was-
it, Derek. I know there was nothing you could do. I understand
what?
that. All right, come back live from outside. Burn that son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Is he doing it right now? Oh my God.
The bad luck is gone. boys.
Yes. Yes.
This
The
never
demon
gets
is
you, Victor.
exercise.
Can't wear it anymore.
Woo.
Do what?
Take one for the team.
Just
Cheers,
one for the
Derek.
team.
We
Sheesh.
appreciate you.
It's just bad luck, right? Got to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
It had to go.
No, she was
Yep.
mad at me for wearing it as well, so
You'll have to get a new Money Mac jersey.
I will.
Talk to
That's
pork.
different
Talk
though.
to the pork chop person. He's got one that's got good knockoffs.
Yeah.
Get an American knockoff at least, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what
there's-
else to say about this
Right
game.
here. Right here. The hero we deserve.
That's why you're a hero, Derek. We appreciate that.
Hey, that's what I do, baby. That's what I do.
All right. Well, enough of this fucking like that game sucked, whatever. Can we do anything about it? Fuck no. Are we sure if Joe Burrow is healthy? No, that's my concern. But we can jump right into next week, right?
Yep. We sure can.
Oh God. I didn't even see Sample. Did he play? Did he make a play? Maybe we would have won.
Never
with
heard
Sample.
his
Bruce
name
Sample
called. I
was
never
out there
saw
on
him.
2 tight end sets. That's all I know.
If he was on the field in the opening drive, Burrow does not get killed on the first play. He makes
didn't-
that block that Irv Smith didn't make.
I didn't think Irv looked
He's out
great
there for his
today.
blocking, man.
I didn't think Irv looked great either, like dynamic wise or otherwise or
Yeah,
blocking wise but who knows? The whole offense looked bad.
Yeah. Irv looked below average.
When it
There were
comes to
times.
breaking
There was one particular pass where it was a little high, but I thought he could have came down with it.
Finish our final thoughts because we're doing
Sorry.
it. We're doing it. We're moving on. Funeral's over.
All right.
We gotta move
final
on.
thoughts when it comes down to that game, there isn't really much to go over. So let's just get on to the next one.
All right.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. On to Baltimore.
I just hope Burrow is healthy. I preface everything I say going forward with that. Miracle Hills. On to Baltimore.
Yeah.
In the jungle. Next Sunday at 1 o'clock. We got a super chat already. Things are looking up. $5. We're rich. Quit my job.
Thank you,
Dustin Croft,
Justin.
for the podcast listeners, said, had the Ravens on my other screen, another vicious bastard. God damn it. Don't. Texans have a good line and they can run circles around them. God damn it, Dustin. That's not the positivity I was trying to start with here. But you're right. They do. So they have a good D line. I'll list them. They got Adafe, Owe, Ajabu is backing him up on this depth chart I have, but I bet that's actually not reality.
Mm-hmm.
Matabuke, Brent Urban, Michael Pierce, Broderick Washington on the interior. Are they
Roquan.
like they got Patrick Queen, Roquan Smith at linebacker, Tyus Bowser. They do run that 3-4, so you're going to see some pass rush from those outside guys.
Their linebackers are their strength. The corners are the weakness.
The secondary, right? Kyle Hamilton's a good safety. We got to give him his credit. But come on now, we can beat this fucking team. We're going to beat this team.
Yeah,
we are.
We need a lot more crossing patterns, quick outs, where we can be getting rid of the ball quickly. And that's how we started to turn things around last year, where it's just like, hey, we're not going to count on Joe getting 5 seconds in the pocket to throw.
Yeah.
Let's get the ball out quickly, especially against a team like this. We got to get the ball out quickly to start moving the ball and using these draw plays with Mixon to be getting chunks.
I wonder if the game plan might have been more like slow the game down and let Burrow have more time to drop back. And then when they realize, oh, shit, we can't do that. Like, if they've been working on that.
This doesn't look much better than the last one.
We stuck again.
Oh, we suck it. What is that off of Waterboy?
Waterboy. Oh, we suck again.
You know, when they realized they had to hurry the ball up more, I wonder if that affected them at all.
Maybe.
But yeah, maybe we'll come out with a new game plan, everything 3-step drop, and get the ball out. Yep. And quick passing game, run the ball up the gut, do all that stuff, and that's how we're going to win.
Well, I said at one point to the roommate, I said, well, you know, Burrow said he had 2 good practices, so maybe he is healthy. I said, but you know that it was like, don't get near Joe in these 2 practices. Yeah, Cleveland did not say, don't get near Joe.
Don't get near Joe. Yeah.
They were like, go get his ass.
Yeah. So seeing Myles Garrett and the Zadarius
is Joe frozen with that smile, or is he just holding that?
Oh, I think he's frozen.
I know. What a good pose.
That is a great pose.
That is a great pose. I never get froze like that.
I know. I get froze like this. Yeah, something like that.
Look at him. It's like a model pose.
But, you know, Zadarius Smith, Myles Garrett, both those guys, 2 or 3, it was like very right on the line. So maybe it was legal, but just after Joe's releasing the ball, pushing him down and crap like that's Bush League, man. I can't stand that crap.
Yeah, they definitely pushed the limits with that, but they were letting it go. So, and it went both ways. I seen Trey do a little of the same.
Yeah, I did see Trey do, but we're not talking about that.
Yeah, but next week, you know, I think the secondary is not near what Cleveland's is.
Is Humphrey? He's still out, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I'll tell you one guy that I like, Beckham. I'm not super concerned about Beckham. I don't know what he did today, but Zay Flowers
the internet dropped.
Zay Flowers.
Yeah, Zay Flowers looked really good.
Like I've got him in almost every fan. He's on my bench right now because I think it'll take him a minute to fully explode. But dude is nasty. And then Mark Andrews. I wonder if he'll play next week. I'd say he will.
Yeah.
That's what always happens against us, right? If somebody's 50-50, they're going to play against us.
Right. Yeah.
We're getting everybody's best shot. That's how it is.
Yeah. Jeffrey Rice wondering, do we give Mixon more deep sets? Coming downhill with a full head of steam, why not?
I think he needs more carries, period.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's not working. Yeah, if it's not working early, but you'll know, right? You'll know if it's not, but you got to give him carries to know. Like I thought today it was working pretty decent, especially considering it was in the rain, and we just went away from it. And it's like, why are we going away from this?
Yeah.
Like, keep pounding it.
I think, and I almost wonder if that was like, you know, I don't want to throw all the blame on Joe, but like, is that him saying like, I've got to, like, calling his own number, more or less, like saying, I've got to get something going, you know? We'll see, have to see, but.
Yeah. See, he's coming here. Internet drop, but he's got time to make a comment, so I'm going with Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
Is Joe he's getting that right now.
That's what that final shot of him was.
Yeah, and Odell was limited today. Only had 2 catches, 37 yards. It's still not bad for him. I mean, shit, that'd been a good day for one of our receivers to have today. But yeah, then Dobbins, they're saying that's potentially a ACL. He might be done for the season.
They said Achilles, I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Dobbins going down will hurt them that much, honestly. I love Dobbins. I love the playmaker he is, but they just got so many good running backs that I think they'll be fine.
They do, but I still think he's probably the best of the bunch when he's fully healthy. Like in that playoff game against us, he was showing that. And they didn't give him the ball. Like, honestly, if they would have gave him the ball, that could have been a whole different outcome. But regardless, neither here nor there. Doesn't matter. Week 1, shitty fucking game. What was the 24-3? I don't even know what it was.
I started cooking wieners. I was like, you know what? I already know. And then Sarah's like, well, if they took Burrow out, I'm like, I saw that.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. A late touchdown doesn't matter. It doesn't show you anything. It's not going to. This isn't college football. It's the NFL. Wins and losses. That's it. At the end of the day.
Yep.
I need a healthy Burrow somehow, some way, or I need the game plan around his injury to where he's still effective. Whatever the hell today was not it. That's all I know. Yeah, same. I man. We're Buckeyes fans. I always root for those guys, except DeJuan Jones. Fuck him today.
Yep. Hey, can we talk about that real quick though? What was your thoughts on the game this weekend?
The Buckeyes, I didn't get to watch too much of it. I had to go to that birthday party.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The little I watched, I mean, like early on, he had hit a couple deep balls before I left the house. And then it was like, I missed the second half, but it was like, it didn't look like I missed anything. They didn't really do anything.
You really didn't, yeah. I don't know. And then they started putting the second string in, and it's just like, I hate when they do that.
People are shitting on McCord, and you're one of them.
I am one of them.
I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know what he is yet. I've seen a little bit of improvement, I said this week, but he's going to have to ramp it up 2 weeks against Notre Dame.
Yeah, definitely. But I thought UC looked better against Pitt last night than Ohio State looked up against against Johnny State University.
Like, I saw the score at the end of the day, and it was like
it definitely when I said that they were blowing them out, and then all of a sudden the defense just stopped playing football.
Yeah.
And the offense was like couldn't get nothing going. But
how about them Longhorns, man?
Quinn Ewers, man. I said, could you imagine this man if he would have just swallowed
him throwing to Marvin Harrison and Buka and all those cats, man, Trevion at running back for the Buckeyes. But it is what it is. He needed that experience last year at Texas. He got to start all year. You know what I mean? I don't hate on the guy for that. Like, Stroud was in front of him. Stroud's that guy. Like, I don't know how he did, but people said they hung with the Ravens for a while, so good for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. we're all missing yours.
He would be good.
Krenzel right now.
Hey, Krenzel he won a fucking national championship, so.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely thought UC looked good. I love the fact that they're in the Big 12 and they're still look like they're dominating. I mean, they still look like they're doing real well.
Well, speaking of former Ohio State quarterbacks, Emory Jones had committed to Ohio State, and then he switched to Florida. Didn't get to play too much there. He was in and out. Like, they'd play him every now and again, but then they went with some of those other bums. Which those guys made. What's the one guy that made the NFL? He's Baker's back up now. With Tampa won today, that was a shock.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I can't believe that. I know you're talking about. I can't think of.
I always get his name.
Jake Fromm?
No, but I always call him in book, and I'm like, no, that's a Notre Dame quarterback.
I want Austin Eckler on my team so bad.
Yeah, well,
the explosion that guy has is just ridiculous.
Pass catching ability too, out of the backfield. It's badass. But I don't think he's going to be doing good things. Remember, you guys just said James has him.
Oh yeah, he just ran up the gut, right up the gut, for like 40 yards, 50 yards.
But no, man, I'm excited. Like, hey, football's back, right? At the end of the day, football's back. And the Bengals are going on a winning streak now. The Bengals are going on a winning streak because Derek, where's the jersey at? Hold it up.
I gotta go get it. Give me a second.
McPherson jersey was bad luck, so we were like, "You got to burn, you got to," and he just got tired of us even talking about it. But he knew it was bad luck, and he still wore it today. So he really is to blame for this loss. But he did the right thing, as every man should do when they believe in superstitions. And he said, "It's nothing against McPherson, but he had to just Hulk Hogan style rip this jersey off of himself and start anew, right? It's got to be a different jersey for good luck now." And
I'm gonna buy a McPherson jersey.
Evan McPherson's not going to miss another kick now because he only missed because
Could you imagine
fucking jersey? Don't buy another one. Don't.
Why not? I love Money Mac.
You made a miss. Your wife loves Money Mac more than you do.
She does.
Facts.
Maybe that's why she wants me to be babyface all the time. She's like,
how do I get him younger? How do I make him look younger?
Exactly.
But yeah. All right, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We want to, good, bad, win, lose. We like to have the therapy session or the enjoyment, one or the other. You can't just only ride the high times, right? You got to ride the low to get to the highs. Makes the high times that much better. So, fuck you ripping fucking vape pens now. Look at this guy. Who is this guy?
Speaking of high times,
I don't even know this guy.
Anyway.
All right, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Who Dey.